the question is before we open any AI tool, and you can just reply in the chat or unmute, is what would you want to know walking into this interview? What would you as the BA would want to know before you walk into this interview for this project with the credit manager? Anything. There's no right or wrong. Just think about it from your point of view. What would we want to get from the credit manager? Anyone?
I would like
No one?
to know the measures of success.
So you're very soft there, so?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, just very softly. That's fine. Go.
I was saying the first thing that I would like to know is the measures of success.
Right, exactly. Yes. So what is the definition? What are our OKRs or KPIs around this project? Yes, great. Okay, so keep that in mind now. So keep that question. Anyone else before we jump into it? This is the main project for today. After this will run us with a small debrief afterwards and a wrap up till about 3, just before 3. So session 3 is where we stop today. Right. Anyone else? Anything else you would like to know before walking into this interview? All right. So we'll jump ahead. Okay. So this is what we're going to do, right? So as a stakeholder, our part and role as a BA is to elicit information that we require, right? So we're going to do a bit of stakeholder analysis. Everything is in the learner notes as well as prompts, as well as sort of subtle hints around what we should look for, what we should ask. It is on page 9, it starts. Okay. In fact, I lie. It starts at page 6 in session 3 learner notes. Okay. So go through the learner notes in your groups, understand it. We're going to quickly go through this here so we can understand what we're trying to do and how the key part I mentioned right at the beginning is where AI is just the drafts. It's us as people, we get to understand what's not said. AI can tell you what is said, right? So the hard fact is, here's a transcript. Did I say this, or did this person say that? Yes, I see their name, I see what they said. What they can't do is what's implied around those comments, right? So we still need to interpret that. That is still a BA role, right? Is understanding what it is we need to get. So there'll be 2 parts. The first part will be 40 minutes. We can still stay in the same teams, same rooms, and we're going to prepare for the interview. And then part 2 is going to change us as if we had now done the interview, and we're going to wrap up that section, or wrap up the interview and follow the next step in sort of the BA process. So to quick run through, we're going to prompt the AI for 6 clarifying questions for the credit manager, right? So like you mentioned, so you want to know what are the goals, what are the targets, or what is the definition of success. We're going to ask all of those. Review it, right? So that's the human judgment. Are any too generic? If they are, remove them or prompt it again for better questions. Guide it, steer it. Remember, it's our co-pilot. Then think of 2 questions that AI missed. Right, a couple of examples there. It won't know. National Credit Act, fraud triggers, etc., etc. So this is now applying what we've learned in the theory side of the BA, and trying to get the AI to give us exactly what we want. And then you'll see in the beginning of session 3, we discuss how to annotate what is AI generated versus what is human added, right? So in this hands-on application, we spent the first 2 sessions building this conceptual foundation around prompting, learning prompt engineering. Now we're just going to take even those smaller activities. Now we're going to apply it to a real world scenario that will have a tangible artifact that we can then submit as part of the work we're doing towards the course. So now we're going to prep for an interview. After this lesson, we should be able to use AI for stakeholder interviews, generating focused, context-specific questions, right? So we know what we want to ask. Let's ask colleagues, both human and AI, what else we should have. The better we do the interview, the better we can create requirements as a BA. We'll then be able to also, you'll be able to use AI to analyze these transcripts and extract structured information out of it. We can identify implied requirements that the AI missed, but as skilled BAs, we would be able to catch and add to the end artifact and document. We're going to annotate AI responses, so we'll distinguish what the AI produced from what we added, and that gets touched on afterwards in ethics. And then we're just going to be able to write our first draft of a functional requirements document, using AI assistance and our own judgment. And just keep in the back of your mind, remember that we apply the co-pilot, not autopilot principle in this realistic professional context, right? So this is how we're going to do this. Then touches on 2 requirements of the BA track: is manage and communicate requirements, and perform requirements elicitation. So this is the practical that we can now use to submit as part of our learning outcomes of the course. Okay, we've touched on the project. Part 1, we've discussed. Then part 2, I will send broadcast messages of when you should roughly be getting ready to swap over. Part 2 is now we've done the interview, we've walked back to our desks, or as a team, we're having a follow-up meeting. How do we analyze what was said? How do we use AI to speed that up? Notes, minutes, generate a factual paragraph. We can write it, but let's use our tool to do it. And then specifically is, and you'll see I've given 2 hints there. It's points 2 and 3 is what requirements were implied in the conversation, but not explicitly stated. So you have to now understand what the AI is giving you and what is missed. And then which FICA KYC steps are implied, but actually never followed through. So those are just a couple of hints. And remember, AI finds only what is said, and we have to find out what it is. So I'll break out into rooms. I'm going to ask, would you prefer smaller rooms, 4 people, 6 people? 4 people seem to be a good size. So if you're happy with that, once again, ask me questions, ping me to come into the rooms. You should head into the same rooms as the previous one. And yeah, this is now exactly what I do day to day, or when in a project requiring the requirements, right? So we have a Teams call, we record it, I then put through everything that was said into transcription. I have it, and now I converse with my teammates abroad as well as the AI, and we each have our own models and find out what is missed. And then right at the end, we sort of group together, bring it all together, and we have a document that we can do in a day that would have taken us previously around 2022, 2023, would have taken us at least a week with back and forths and then arguments because this and that, so enjoy it, have fun, and yeah, let me know if you need anything. Room 6, you're going to go back out and come back in here so that Christelle can be part of it. Thank you. Okay, Christelle, your partners in crime are coming back. Okay, the floor is yours. I'll stop sharing so you can share if you need to, or if you want, I'll just leave it up.
This session, it's where under which one on our books?
It's
This is session 3.
section 3,
Three.
page 6.
Session. Okay, page 6.
Yeah, I think from page 6.
Yeah, if you need more context, you can go up on page 4. There's heading 2, scenario briefing, Project Nova.
Yeah, scenario equal page 4.
Zuleka. Hello.
Hi, Tumela.
I'm getting this for stakeholder part 1.
Which one? The
The
Yeah,
one
but I'm here.
for, yes, I'm getting what I've posted for stakeholder. Okay, the one for of part 1.
part one.
Mm,
Oh,
Preparing the interview.
prepare the interview
Mm.
now.
mm. I'm getting what I've posted on chat for that part for that. By using that that example
Mm.
for page
A liar prompt.
6. Yes.
Okay.
So it's giving me what I've posted.
Page 6, let me see. Okay.
Let me see part 2 pump analysis. And then is the transfer from the person.
Mm.
Analyze.
Okay, Tumelo, because question 1, yeah, I got the same feedback for question 1. It's the same as yours. Yeah.
Well,
Just
you got the same.
Yeah.
Mm. I also got the same.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the
Okay, then
bottlenecks.
okay, it means you're on the right path. Let's go to the next one, then part 2. I can't see that one near part 2. Which page is it? Mobukeng.
I was about to ask.
Analysis, the transcript.
Yeah, what page?
No, I'm also searching for it. Not sure which page.
The one with the requirements workshop transcript. That one.
The,
That one, analysis, the transit, that one, abstract process steps,
yeah,
host decision.
yeah.
Which page is that?
We're asking that. I can't find it
Oh,
also.
I'm thinking you found it.
Ana-
Okay.
Analyze the
What
transcript.
Dallas gave us, page 17. Okay, thanks. Page 17. Okay. You're on the right track, page 17.
Oh, yeah, analyze the transcript with AI. That one, ne?
Yeah.
Number 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, keep page 17. Page
Okay. Let me just read. Because we have 2 prompts again.
Yeah. Okay, can you heading more? Analyze
the transcript with AI.
Transcript. Analyze the transcript. Okay, yeah. I said, prompt it, analyze the transit. Why this box? The pipe category structure process. They do not include the information. Okay, right. The following between the 5 category structure first to recognize information rather than everything. The transaction wasn't included in your message. You would extract or analyze this details without this respond. Extra structure. Process roles responsibility. Oh, okay. Lucky one. Analyze the prompt to extract roles, decision point, the big one requirements, input but not substituted, which figure KYC steps is implemented but never sent. Right one, great. Hey, ibi manyana. Damn it. Okay, one. Then right. One, right. Yeah. Right.
Page 17.
Right.
From the edge.
That is consistent with sound. Hey, it was the transit. It's complaining about the transit. It's complaining about the transcript or it's not.
I'm reading the prompt again.
Okay, does it? Okay, Kia. I got it, does it? Hey, yeah, but it's not easy to get this one, guys. Does it? And yeah, it gave, and the answer makes sense. Hey, but it's not easy to get this one. Yo. It's not easy.
Let me see.
It's not easy. Yeah, Kio. And the institute exactly. One structure. It took it out exactly. Yeah, but how I got it is not easy. Key category. Yeah, key anti-clouding guidelines. Yeah, there's it. Number list formatting. Read exactly. I get this one. I can see this part. Get this one. Shit. Let me just delete and send again.
Part 1 and 1.
Yeah. No, delete them. I wanna delete this and send again. The analysis. Okay. Analyze the transistor. It's also delete. It is analyze the transistor. This pop is effective. Yeah, ne? If you want to check this out first. Since you can send to it, can save everything manual. Delete. There's it. Okay, look, you see it. I fix it, guys. There's it. Exactly. One. It's telling us exactly. It's giving us it's giving us the big one. It's giving us which figure KYC steps to follow. It's giving us about the BRD. Oh, but it's not easy to get it. But yeah, Kio. One. Exactly.
Attention.
Exactly.
It's outlining the.
Exactly. What is it? Which one should we do? I think there's others we must do. Check the chat. I think he posted. Or then for the transcript only. Oh no.
He
One
posted the
session.
page,
No, he posted
Oh,
the
we
page
did it, ne?
the
number.
page number.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we're doing what I'm seeing in my eyes now, guys.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. As far as I know.
Okay. Okay, no, guys, we got it. The first one, we all got it together. Then the second one, I managed to get it. Then we were good to go then.
Whoa, Tumelo.
Yeah.
One of those that table there, we don't do the table like it.
Efin.
What we don't do the table.
It didn't
We
say
are
we must
just
do the
doing
table.
the prompt. That's it.
Yeah, we're doing the prompt, those 2 prompts. Yeah. Yeah, no. Hey, Ibi, it's difficult to get the second one. So, hey, ke lulele
Because
system.
I'm also struggling. I was
Ukasi
struggling with that
Tony.
one. Aye.
Ukasi Tony, I'm telling you, I
Hey,
just
guys.
forced my.
So how did you do? How did
How
you
did
manage
you,
to?
yeah, to do
I
that
went,
prompt?
let me share.
You sure? Because I'm also
But I don't
struggling.
know how to,
Hey.
let me share. I just, I agree with you, it was system, Marita.
I know you. I know.
So, Bona is complaining about what you are saying, ne? It is not enough. When you post, it will say this, ne? It will say it's not enough. What are short, ne?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can see that. Yeah.
ne?
Yes.
Then what I
Yes.
did, okay, wait, what did, yeah, Khana, ne?
Mm-hmm.
Then I took only this part after Ikhana. Then I just took this
Oh,
part.
okay. And
Wabon.
post it back.
Then I took this part, I posted back. Then only now. Yobon. Exactly.
Oh,
They
okay.
just testing, they're just testing us
Yeah.
here. Because you've captured exactly. Mara, when you start, it won't give you an answer. Yobo. Once you share the transit and populate this fully. Bobo, so you must
With the
just
structure,
apply
yeah.
your knowledge.
Sure.
Bobo, because when you go, it does not give you the full answer. It will just
Yeah.
give you this thing. Then it will tell you what you are posting is not enough. Then I just think, no, let me just copy that part. Then it gave it to me. Bobo, and yeah, exactly. Key. You captured exactly. This is strong, high quality PA prompt. So they're testing us here. In regards of pumping, you don't have to, I don't know, maybe rely on it. Now somehow. So it's proving
Apply
somehow.
your.
Use your
Apply
own
your
words.
thinking. Thank you. Thank you. That's how I got it. So,
Okay.
Zuleka, are you there?
Yes.
On our work, the logbook, the learner notes, right? On point 3.3, we answering those that table there. Am I correct? On page 7. So we're putting in all the questions in there. Am I right? Because when I look at the time that's given to us, the
Allocated.
duration, yeah, on activity 3, the duration is from 1:30 to 2:10, which was the preparation for credit manager interview.
Okay, I'm
Am I-
going up now. Duration 40 minutes. 30 minutes.
Are we not supposed to be answering this questions on the
The
logbook?
table.
Yes, on this
The
learnable,
table
because
on page 7,
yeah,
where it says question source AI generated
yes.
quality thing. Table.
Because I'm lost. The questions that was posed there on the activity, it's gone away. So where are we answering those things?
So are we not doing the prompt based on the
The scenario briefing, right?
yeah?
Under that. So if we, because now it's saying there's 25 more minutes left. So are we
Where
not
did
supposed to
she
go? Mm-hmm.
where did he post on the group?
Yes. He said the last one there, 25 minutes to go. So I don't think they would have given us such a lot of time to only answer the one. Let me just Dallas, are you there?
Yeah, Dallas, can you please help us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Dallas. Okay, so for this session of the group activity, which is the sessions we're supposed to complete on that the learner notes with the
So
questions?
part 1, part 2. So activity part 2 is there where you on page 17 where you're analyzing the transcript.
Okay.
Then there's a table in your learner notes around so it's discussing what was found, what was missed, critical analysis, did the AI get right and what did it get right and wrong, etc. So the second half is analyzing that second document I posted, which is just the transcript cut out of the main learner notes. And then
On which
asking
page
it
is
to,
that? Which page are you referring to that we should complete?
so if you stop anywhere from page 17 onwards,
Yes. Okay. We must complete those.
yeah, that's part 2. So that's now analyzing the transcript that you were in so that is now analyzing the interview you did. So part 1 was prepping for the interview, and you got the AI to help you define what questions I need to ask given the details of the project, etc., etc. Part 2, like I mentioned, takes place after the interview. So now you're writing your notes, your meeting notes, your what was discussed, what are the next steps for the BRD, right?
So that's page 18. 18
Yes,
and
going
19.
on. Yes.
Okay. All right.
And
Thank
then
So
you
you.
just
do
go
we
from there.
Dallas, do we also fill in that table on question 7?
So remember,
one
these
that's-
forms these are all
Yeah.
for you to understand what you've learned. So you can fill it out, but it's nice, or you can discuss it amongst yourselves and then just but make notes so that you know what to look for when you do this yourselves or
Okay.
by yourself, right?
Okay.
So if you look at like page 19, there's questions there around.
Page 19.
So remember,
Okay.
AI finds things that are implied, so what was actually said, but what are the things it didn't identify that you have to do? Right. So remember, we're using the prompt to help us, not do all the work for us. So there will be information that's explicitly missed, and then it asks you there just to by finding out what it missed, you'll know now in the future what to include in prompts. And you can see that by looking at the activity part 3, when now you have to combine those together. You know, what did it miss? Oh, it didn't mention FICA. It didn't give, it gave me an NCA that didn't exist, etc., etc. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Thanks. Crystal, I think from what Dallas has said, that means we need to fill in that table. It's really on page 7, the one you were talking
Yeah.
about, and the one underneath for activity 2. That's
Yeah.
what he said, right?
Right, yeah, because the one that is referring to on that page 18 after the first practical is that activity part to analyze the script with AI. You see that on page 18.
18,
Yeah,
5.2.
yeah, 17. So we've done that one, and then on 18, yeah, it says what did the AI get right and wrong? I think we're supposed to. Is it that did he say we must answer those questions going forward? From 17, because that's the second task, right? Am I right?
Yeah, yeah. So meaning we have to fill up the table then for 5.2.
I'm also confused because he says that's for our own. So are we submitting anything? It's
I'm
like
not
for
really
this
sure, hey?
practical. I'm so
Yeah.
confused there.
So,
Dallas?
so
Sorry,
like I
what?
said, the document is your learning,
Yes.
right? So when you do get to formative assessments further down in the various modules, both the AI and the normal BA track, you'll have to refer back to these.
Okay.
Now, if you're leaving it empty, you're going to have to redo the work to see what things are missed as a BA role, right? So the things to submit are the thing we do afterwards, the formative activities. This is just a kickoff to the project, which now everything is based off. So going forward, everything we do in modules 2, 3, 4, and 5 are going to be based off Project Nova.
Okay. So basically we
Okay.
should then complete it so that we don't struggle with our assessments, basically.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I
Right.
understand
And
now.
it's yeah. So yeah, that's the, and like I said, I will explain everything afterwards, but it's just part 1 and part 2, right? So preparing and then analyzing it afterwards.
Okay. All right. Noted.
Okay.
Thanks.
Cool.
Silika, so have you completed? So basically we should have completed the
The
ones from,
table.
yes, like from the top with those answers. Let me just see, did I say page 7? I think that's with the table. Yeah, so for on page 7, so there it says question requirement. I think that's the questions that is posted on the chat. And then the source we fill out, and then we must state whether it's AI generated or human added. That's the information. Am I right?
Yeah. Then I don't know quality rating.
I'm
not
also
sure.
not. I'm
Yeah,
also
I don't
not.
know. But the first 3 I understand.
So we must put these questions
So
in
that
there,
means when you're
right?
supposed to put the question here,
Yeah.
then the source AI or whatever, then you say if it's AI or human added or whatever, like the table specifies.
So the quality column is just so that when you review back to the prompts you used, what did you get? You know, so were you happy with the quality? Did you have to refine it several times? Because when you find what works for you, you'll keep reusing those prompts going forward. Do you see what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it's about also reflecting about what you did, sharing it with others, and then what did you change? Because if you don't understand what we changed or see that we changed things, you're going to just take, you know, like 20-minute tasks will become hours and you lose the productivity gain. So that's why we keep repeating doing the same 2 kinds of prompts, right? It's extract data, refine the data, extract the data, refine the data, so that it becomes a habit when using AI.
Okay, so we
So-
can say then state our rating of how we did the research, basically whether we got whether it was in full descriptive information or not. So we will rate it
Yes.
like between 1 and 5. Okay.
Yeah, so you can just say prompt. The prompt was this. The quality we got back was 2. We refined it,
Okay.
or we added something, and then it became a 5 or something like that.
All right. Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
On how to do it and know whether it's correct or not.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm sure that was quite an interesting project. It was quite large, but like I mentioned before, this is as difficult as it gets with prompting. The bigger issues always lie with what do we ask, what do we do, what do we get, and those that aren't in the active BA role is the process also drives the way we think. So it's experience, and as you move through the course, these things become easier both in the BA side and the AR side. You should have had some interesting results if you used my prompts from the book. They were worded in ways to force the human judgment part of it. So things to look out for, and I've put a whole bunch of examples, or there's a whole lot of questions as well in the book, is in the learner notes, is, what did AI identify correctly from the interview, which was the part 2? What did it miss? Did it misinterpret a few things? There were implied requirements. Those are easy. It knows, those are stated, but what about the things it missed? Did it have any issues around FICA, KYC? So these are things specifically in a highly regulated industry we have to be aware of, that the AI is not aware of. It doesn't know that FICA is important to the banking industry. It knows what it is, or it understands to an extent, but it doesn't know that these things should be enforced. Okay, so questions to think about, and we can bring them back tomorrow. We'll have a recap in the morning. Is, what did AI, or where did the AI add the most value in these 2 activities? Where did our domain knowledge matter more than the AI, right? And then always think about is what would you do differently with your next prompt, right? So what are things that you saw work, didn't work in the exercise? So that's pretty much it for today. We're going to touch on a brief section called communication, which is business communication. It's part of the traditional BA stuff course. The output from this formative exercise is something you should all complete and submit. It is a portfolio of evidence item. Like I mentioned, that these artifacts we generate can be submitted. There's no right or wrong, as long as you'll see in the form or in the lesson notes, in the session notes, is if you put it in your process, you're thinking what you got. Remember, AI is not perfect. We are there to fix it. And that's how we'll grade and go through these formative assessments. Right, so wrapping up, there's always 3 things that are critical to AI usage, and specifically about professional business communication, right? So in the age of AI, this includes a new skill, and that skill is being transparent about when and how we used AI in our work, right? And the 3 that I find are the most important and still keep your reputational credibility with stakeholders and your colleagues is by being transparent, understanding who the audience is, and applying our professional validation, right? So if we look at transparency, we always flag where AI generated content is. You can add a footer, let's be upfront about it, right? So initial draft generated with AI assistance and validated and refined by, and you put your name. So that just makes people aware that AI was used. we're being open and transparent about it, and that I have validated and refined the output. And that's the whole thing on uploading documents, and like I gave you the transcript. So these are factual items. It extracted the information from us, we validated it, we refined it, we reworded it, we can retype it out. But it's better than staring at a blank page and wondering, you know, where do we start from? The second part is audience awareness, right? So we can use the tool to change the wording based on our audience. So AI can help us write different versions of the same message. You know, technical team and an executive stakeholder need different language and different details. The AI can write both, right? So as long as we have the facts, we can say, change the tone for a CEO with this background. And then we can give the same transcript and say, word this for a highly skilled engineering team who need detail and technical specifications. And it will start prompting you back for what information you would like in this, how you want to steer the conversation. And then you have two outputs for communication. And then the most important rule, and it was brought up as a question, is what happened, you know, people submitting citations are incorrect. That's where professional validation comes in, right? So you never share anything that is AI generated without being reviewed, right? Your name means your judgment, not the AI's. The AI can be held accountable, but it still boils down to us as knowledge workers that we are happy with what we've given. I gave an example of a footer that I've used, and very similar to something I would put on is, right, so this requirement section was drafted with AI assistance using Microsoft Copilot. The facilitator validated all requirements against the workshop transcript and added regulatory requirements, FICA Article 21, NCA Section 4. So we saying, we as the facilitators of that, of the interview, we found two things that were missing. We have a bit of, you know, we have added a bit of validation and judgment into it that were not captured. So now we're stating it missed these out. That also gives you credibility, right? Knowing the whole process, knowing things that are part of ABSA's business that need to be in everything. And then you just final version approved by, and you put your name. So not much to the communication part of the BA track, but from an AI standpoint, from my side, is as long as we add these three things, it becomes more professional, it gives us credibility, and it shows that while we are using the tools, we do understand what the requirements are and what the deliverables are. In your session 3 learner notes, you can complete the rest of the exercise if you want. I suggest, because it's got some nice teachings towards the end, there are notes, I've highlighted them specifically if you want to skim through it. There's also a template for the methodology used, or you can use for researching with AI, specifically tailored towards BRD documents. Pretty much like we've just read here, what was human, what was AI, who verified the findings. So the goal was to understand that we can take AI, use it as a research tool. So it researched the transcript, gave us what we needed to generate an output. Okay. What's left is the formative assessment, and I give you a quick rundown of what tomorrow holds. I will quickly fly through what the formative activity is for. So this is part of the original coursework you would have gotten from the LMS. Everything here is part of a learning objective. Therefore, you can keep both the prompt and the unedited AI. It's in the notes. These are portfolios of evidence. You can do these with each other over the next couple of days or weeks. I think it only has to be in before module 2, just so that we can then expand on going forward. And the gist is, so we've done the interview, we've got the questions for the interview, we've started drafting our final document. Now we're going to send an updated email. Normally we would sit and try and summarize this, and now we've got 5 or 6 different stakeholders. We've got different types of stakeholders, so we're going to write things 3-4 times. And it takes a lot of work to give a meaningful update. But what we can do now is prompt the AI to take all these things that we've gotten from it, load it into its context, and now say, this is what I need help with, right? So back to the 4 C's. So we're a lead BA on the Project Nova. Our task is, or the task you're going to give it is, the task for the assessment is write a prompt that makes the AI produce a 150-word update to ABSA's CFO, COO on the SME onboarding project. Right, the email should be professional and jargon-free. So these are now human judgment things we will put into it. We should mention the 3-week to 3-day turnaround. We should note FICA compliance is maintained throughout. And then the ask of the communication is approval for the next phase, which will be module 2 work in your BA track. So very simple. It should take 10-15 minutes prompting, but everyone is different. You're more than welcome when you start these to email me. They'll send out the email today or tomorrow where you can reach me. And yeah, this is now sort of a full picture from prompt engineering, extracting information, putting it into the format a business analyst would need, and now covering communications and ethics around what is there. So once again, there will be things here implied and not implied, and all can be put together in this final formative assessment. So like I said, just remember, keep everything. You do get the notes from this session. They do send them. It's all potentially POE evidence, portfolio of evidence material. Tomorrow is the exciting stuff. We learn how to take just all the text we've got and create visuals and process flows that we use as business analysts. We're going to look at how we spot errors and error detection. We're going to look at specifically the ethics of AI and using it in business. And then obviously it's all related to our Project Nova case study. That's the scenario. Remember the 4C framework. There is a bunch of extra things I've added there. You'll be able to go through that. I just want to see what we're going to do. Okay, I've covered that. So tomorrow, like I said, we're going to do session 4, which is AI for meeting note summaries, process flow diagrams, and visual documentation. Session 5 will be just before lunch, error detection, how we do logical problem solving using the AIs. And then, of course, one of the prerequisites of the course is business ethics. We now apply the business ethics to AI. And then after lunch, we're going to do a Project Nova full case study. So it's a practice run of the summative assessment that's in the LMS. And yeah, we'll go forward from that. I know today might have been a bit daunting for those that are new to AI, new to the BA role, and now having to do both. But you've all written and worked with real prompts today. You've produced real BA artifacts and outputs using AI. And that's what this module was about, is just dipping our toes in and getting ready for the future work going forward. So I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. I hope you all really enjoyed this, learned a few things, and yeah, any questions? Manto.
Hi, I just wanted to find out the exercises that we were doing today. Are we allowed to redo them on our own before submission, or do we have to submit it as group work?
No, you can submit them on your own. It was just about group work to make it easier to learn.
Okay.
Like I said, the formatives and the summatives, which we'll do today, tomorrow, are, I would say, mandatory. That's how you rate it on the module. All the other things are there for self-learning.
Okay.
You can submit those, and you can ask me for feedback if there are things you're unsure of, or you want to learn how to change the prompt or get a better response. So those things are optional, and those things you can then reach out to the LMS or to Johannes and say, can Dennis help me with this? We'll set up some time, or we'll converse via the LMS and share it all for everyone. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right.
They will share. There's a facilitator email directly for me. They'll share that out for each cohort, and then I'll try and reply back within a day or two and go forward from there. Great. If there is no more questions, or if you find any questions this evening, things to think about that you weren't unsure of that are coming back tomorrow, we're going to have a quick intro session. We can ask them, and we'll discuss it all. And I hope you have a great rest of the afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Dallas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.